Welcome to greencardguys.tv. You need to know this. Do not give up on your legal status. Many people fail to respond to RFE or file an application before the deadline. This is why we offer a strategy session for 15 minutes at no cost to you. Not everyone qualifies. First, you need to speak with our CARES team. We receive many requests, so we recommend you answer a few questions on our website, greencardguys.com. Our mission is to help people live and work in America legally. Go ahead and subscribe below and follow and share. Talk to you soon. Welcome to Green Card Guys TV. I'm your host, John Ting, where we help you secure legal status, point you in the right direction, share insights, be real with you. We don't gatekeep here. Of course, if it gets into like legal advice, I gotta tell you, we don't give legal advice on here. You know, this is social media. But if you do want one-on-one, you can schedule. If you're on YouTube, you can schedule down below. There's a link. If you're on TikTok, you follow up here, click it, and you can reach us what it looks like right here. Okay. Now I gotta tell you, I just recorded a video about the White House, our President Trump, and there's a lot of things going on. He's essentially, if I could summarize the actions of the last 2 to 3 weeks about President Trump and the White House, they've been attacking attorneys. Okay, they've been attacking law firms. Most notably, in the last 2 weeks, they've attacked 2 big law firms that, of course, had some cases against Trump. So, and happened to have some contracts through the federal government. So one of the law firms gave in, and one of them did not. And a judge already temporarily blocked that order against President Trump. Okay, so, but earlier today, the White House has officially blatantly attacking immigration law firms, immigration lawyers. So stay tuned on that. Nothing specific yet in that action. It was specific to. I can share on YouTube real quick. I'll record a separate video about that later on. Okay, but I'm also here to answer your questions, of course. So if you do have one, please drop in the comment section. But I can share on YouTube right now that, or on my screen at least, that he's specifically, at least in this order, saying the immigration system, where rampant fraud and meritless claims have supplanted the constitutional and lawful basis upon which the president exercises core powers under Article 2 of the Constitution, is likewise replete with examples of unscrupulous behavior by attorneys and law firms. Oh, really? For instance, the immigration bar and powerful big law pro bono practices frequently coach clients to conceal their past or lie about their circumstances when asserting asylum claims, all in an attempt to circumvent immigration policies enacted to protect our national security and deceive immigration authorities and courts into granting them undeserved relief. I don't know what world they're living in, but yeah, I mean, I've heard about people filing claims that were fake. Sure, I understand that. It happens. There are a couple attorneys. I don't know their names. I don't associate with them. But I've heard that, like, oh, that law firm in California helped me with this. And then I remember reviewing the Suns situation. And it turns out, okay, USCIS reviewed the case again a couple years later after asylum was approved and then revoked it. Okay. But is that the majority of law firms, lawyers? Certainly not. I know many law attorneys. Okay. So, yeah, it's very disheartening, but please know here at Green Card Guys, we're not going to give up. If in fact that's going to help us give the energy for the next 3 years and 10 months. Okay. So please know we're here to support you. We're here to support other immigration attorneys. Do not give up. All right. Thank you so much for your questions. Let me get to that now. Hello, hello. Hey, Lucy, good to see you. Hello, Three Little Stooges. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for sharing the video, the live show. If you would like to join live on TikTok, you can do that. Guest here. Now, please know it doesn't tell me like, oh, who's first. I try to track it, but of course it is a bit difficult, especially when I'm tired. So if you can do me a favor, if you join as a guest, also share the channel because that'll let me know. That'll actually show me on TikTok at least. Swifty Swifty cat rescuer. How are 500,000 people being deported when they are legally here? I haven't heard that number, but of course, I have heard about people who have resident status, who have valid non-immigrant status, given a lot of trouble at customs at the airport, and a few of them get sent back. Okay, the number I don't know, but this is an example of, hey, Roots and Routes, good to see you. This is an example of, the executive order stated that yesterday. I have a feeling they're just making up the number. I think they, I think they want to make, obviously a show of force, present themselves a certain way. If you look at the DHS website, ice.gov website, they have those pictures. They even had, I remember, uh, the Secretary Christy Naomi, like all dressed up in a bulletproof vest. Like, come on. There's a lot of scare tactics, okay? But Trump administration, they're all about pushing and pushing and pushing and making you give up. We're not going to give up, okay, y'all? All right, so so that being said, if you're at the airport or at any situation and they give you a form, ICE or customs give you a form, present you a form, and if you don't know what it is, don't sign it, please, please don't sign it. Even if you do know what it is, which most likely it will be a I-407, and that is abandonment of your resident status. Do not sign it, okay? I think that goes without saying, but of course, unfortunately, if you're not familiar with it and you're just like, I just want to get out of the situation, I want to get out of jail, I don't want to be held up in the secondary inspection at the airport. And they're like, well, you could go home sooner if you sign this. And some people just give up. Y'all, so many of y'all have fought so hard, paid possibly thousands of dollars, waited many years, especially if it's a family preference, employment based preference. Do not give up, okay? Do not make it easy for the US government. They want to annoy the hell out of you, of course, but do not make it easy for them. Hold your ground. Thank you, Biz Mindset, for the heart puff and other emojis. Someone asked, said you're a green card holder, no name. I guess that's your username. Can you travel internationally? So a lot of y'all gonna have that question, can you travel or not? I don't know your situation specifically, so I'm honestly not gonna answer that. You're gonna have the scheduled meeting, but because I know there's reports out there that people people have resident status, people have the 2-year card, the 10-year card, people have the valid non-immigrant status, and some people are still get put back on the plane the other direction. Because of course, I mean, lawyers have always said, like, as long as it's valid, you can travel, okay? But it's been proven, unfortunately, or at least there's some stories out there that you cannot travel, or you should be careful. You should take caution. Not necessarily that you cannot travel. All right. Yeah, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't travel now. Now, especially if you're a national of a country that's on that list of the proposed travel ban. Which, by the way, I didn't. Here coming down. I don't think it got released, implemented today. But if y'all, any of y'all find out first, please let me know. There's only so much I can keep track with, but let me know, okay? DM me or text us. We would greatly appreciate it. I do try to check the news, my association news, every morning if I can. Thank you so much for your questions. I do see someone that has joined live. Okay, let's get this person on. For those on YouTube, hopefully can hear this person. Hello, how are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks. How can I help you?
I have a quick question. I have a cousin. He is from Sweden, and he came to you. He have a 10 years green card based on marriage, and but he is originally from Somalia, but he have a Swedish passport. Is it safe now to travel outside the U.S. based on his ethnicity, where he's come from, or like, what do you suggest for him?
To not travel? Like it sounds like he's still a citizen of Somalia, right?
No, he doesn't have any citizen, but he's Somali, but he have a Swedish passport.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. It hasn't, not much information has been released about the travel ban. So
Yeah.
it's easier said than done, like all the technical details. I'm pretty sure, like, if the custom officer doesn't care, they don't care. So then they just
Exactly.
let's just wait on it. Let's see if there's more details that we can read, and maybe the government will specify. Say, oh, if you it'll be just based on your passport, the nationality on your passport. Who knows? But we'll see. Okay.
Exactly.
But yeah, thank you
All
for
right. Thank you,
asking.
sir.
Please stay tuned. Follow for more.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye. All right. If you would like to join as a guest on TikTok, you're welcome to. Just share the channel, and that will help me track who was first. And hey, if you're on YouTube or Facebook and you want to join live, let me know and I'll send you the link. Okay. Okay. Do you want to go ahead and answer a couple comments here on the written comments? A random TikTok anyway. Someone said, that person says, what do you think about the people that have to go to their a visa appointment in Mexico? Juarez? So in general, in that sense, especially if it's a country that's not on that proposed travel ban list, I would still go. Okay, as long as, of course, you have an approved waiver and all other things being said is correct and allows you to go, I would still go. Um, because you do want to continue that process to get the resident status ultimately. Okay. Which, by the way, if you're on TikTok, you're wondering what's behind me. This is the processing times for I-130, and I think I might have that on YouTube. Let me see. Okay, the YouTube one's a little outdated. On YouTube, I got the one that says 16 months, but right here on TikTok, I got 17 months. Okay, so that change was maybe between 2 months time. So, and in between, it actually updated 16.5 just about a week ago. All right. So, but on this side, this was for permanent residents filing for the spouse of child who is under 21. Yeah, it used to have a number back in September last year, 2024. It used to have a number, but now it doesn't. Now they're messing with y'all. Now they're just saying it will have a decision, not approved. It will have a decision on I-130 when your priority date shows up on the visa bulletin. Now that is a problem. Number one, because it's taking a long time, but specifically for people who are in the beneficiary, the immigrant, foreign national is living in America, because you need to apply for those who are in America have to apply for a waiver for overstaying the visa. Okay. Now some of y'all might be thinking, oh well, I'm still within my time of the non-immigrant visa. I would say the majority of people may have overstayed a visa or entered without a visa who are going through this family preference case. So it's a problem you need to file a waiver, and you cannot file a waiver until the petition's approved. So if anyone's in this similar situation, let us know, contact us, because we are considering to file a class action lawsuit related to this, okay? Timing is of the essence. Okay, we got Trident joining live.
Hello, good night. I
Hello.
wanted to ask a question. I came into the country last November,
Okay.
and I'm studying. While during my time here, while now I'm with my girlfriend over a year, and we're deciding to get married on Monday. So I'd like to know if it's possible if I get married to her on Monday, if I can apply for change of status right away to get to stay.
Okay, and is she a citizen? U.S. citizen?
Yes, born here.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, generally you can apply. Please note you don't, strangely, you don't have to file a separate application just to change status. It's the change of status applications from non-immigrant visa to non-immigrant visa. But when you're applying for residency, you don't have to file that specific one, the
So, but
539.
before I wanted to stay here instead of going back after before my 6 months is finished. So
Hmm.
that's why I wanted to know if I can file or what do I have to file for to get to stay.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to contact us one-on-one if you want help with that. But
Okay.
I don't. Sorry, I don't spend time on the channel to share specific all the forms. That's something you got to do your own research on. But I can say in general, I-130, 485. But there's a couple other forms. Hmm.
Thanks very much.
Okay, that's technically legal advice. So, all right, try it. Good luck to you. File for more. Now, if some of y'all don't understand the difference, legal advice or legal information, this is social media. This is technically for entertainment purpose only, but I'm not going to spend my time dancing unless you share that you get approved, especially if y'all been on a channel before to share that you filed an application. I always love hearing those good news. Um, the thing is, lawyers, although I don't want to gatekeep, I love to share insights. Attorneys are not allowed to share legal advice, so just keep that in mind. And especially if you haven't hired a lawyer before, it's all good. It's all good. I understand. Um, if I haven't hired a lawyer before, then you probably wouldn't know the difference anyway. So it's okay. Let's see here. Okay. Thank you so much for your questions. I know I'm a little behind on TikTok here. So Daisy May, I think I'm almost back in order here. Daisy May said you had 2 interviews. Of course, now it got sent back to National Visa Center. Do you appeal the K1 or get married? Well, let's talk, okay, Daisy May, because what was the issue? Did y'all find out? Did you have a piece of paper, administrative processing or anything? Get sent back to National Visa Center for the purposes for National Visa Center to send it back to USCIS? Like, do you know if they're trying to revoke your? Did they send you a notice or let you know that it could be a notice of intent to revoke? If that's the case, then um, it might be more worthwhile to get married and file for the other application, okay, the other pathway in a sense. And I would be curious if the immigrant beneficiary has a valid visitor visa, but that would be probably difficult to claim that there's no intent to stay in America while coming on a visitor visa after you already filed a fiance visa application. So I'm curious what happened there. All right, let's see. With the K1 interview. Hey, Nepali. Great, that's great. Visa granted. Oh my goodness. Visa granted for you. And was your spouse in oh, thanks so much for the heart. Thank you. Nepali AI ideas. Which was it? Nepal? Was it over there? How long did your spouse have to wait from the documentarily qualified until the interview? I think many people would be curious about that. Okay. Man, I think I first talked to you maybe what, 6 months ago at least? Man, time kind of flies by. Depends on the situation, of course. George Toledo, do you have to leave the country if you are married to a U.S. citizen? Generally, well, it depends how you entered America. If you entered America with a visa, then and you're here in America, then the interview will be in America. Okay. Now, this is all assuming you all file the correct forms, fill it out correctly. But if you entered without a visa or without a parole, without legal entry, then the default is that you have to, most likely you need to apply for a waiver for unlawful presence, but you need to eventually have the interview abroad outside America. Now, keep in mind that there could be some exceptions, legal exceptions, that if you enter without a visa, without parole, that you could still have the interview in America. But that's definitely when you need to schedule a strategy session, okay, with one of our attorneys. And you can see that, I think right here. If you go all the way up here, well, I guess what I mean on TikTok, okay, you go all the way up to the profile, then you click on the link right here, and then click the three little dots and then open browser. Then you can click and fill out a short form. Okay, right there. What's up? What's up? Okay, thank you for the questions. Now I see someone on Ojong on YouTube. How long does it take for a judge to terminate removal proceedings? There's not really a strict timing on that, but generally for us, we've at least got some kind of decision, usually in 30 days. It seems about that time frame in the past year or two. Okay. Now I see Sakura. Thank you so much for that big heart earlier. Oh, let me see if I can invite. Oh, there we go. Let's see if. Okay, Sakura,
Hello.
what's
Good
going
night.
on? Hi.
So, my husband, he has to sponsor me for my green card. But he needs to provide like how many like for his tax. The problem is his tax.
Okay.
So, how like up until what year should he provide that, like I paid my tax? Like, is it like 20, is that 3 years back or 4 years back? Like how much year back does he has to provide?
So on the form, if you need to file the 864 form, that's the affidavit of support about the money that your spouse would need to sign off, not you. It does have boxes for blanks to say the last 3 years, but in terms of evidence, it's only the most recent year. So I mean, if he happens to have filed 2024 already, then you can provide that one. But if you're about to file it like before April 15th, then which is the tax deadline, then you can provide 2023 tax return document. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
And then, well, I think I'm gonna need a co-sponsor too, which is gonna be his mother.
mhm.
What does she need to provide?
I mean, just in general for both of them, no.
Oh, okay. So the same thing goes to her, even though she's like a co-sponsor.
Yeah, it's pretty similar process, very similar requirements. Tax return and pay stubs, W-2 form, or 1099. That's the top three type of documents.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
And then I have another question. It's a stupid question, but it's a question. What is like? I don't understand the biometric thing. Like, what is that? Because the reason I'm asking
Mhm.
is, when I first got here, I worked at a job where when you clock in, they let you do like a fingerprint to clock in. So I'm scared if that comes up in my biometric. Like I don't know what that is. And I worked under the tape, like I work off the
Mhm.
books.
Yeah, yeah. When
She's
you're
illegal.
so
You're not supposed
so
to marry.
yeah. Well, two things. I mean, when you're married, when you have a case with a U.S. citizen marriage,
Yeah.
it waives the unlawful presence. I mean, well, yeah, that too,
Okay. Yeah.
but also the unauthorized under the table working. It waives it automatically when you're married to a
All
U.S.
right.
citizen. And
Okay.
number
Well, then
two,
maybe we can be a
the
citizen.
fingerprinting is related to crimes. If you had a criminal background in the past
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
in
Yeah, no, no
America.
crime. No, I'm very clean. Okay,
Good.
all right. Well,
Okay.
that's my question. Thank you so
Sure.
much for your time.
Thank you, Sakura. Follow for more.
Thank you.
Take care. All right. So if y'all are wondering, at least on, let's see, I think I have take action, okay, for a reason. The other day, I remember someone said that they had been a resident for, I think, 10 years and thought because they had to go through the process of renewal, the green card is expired already for that person, that person thought they had to wait until the green card is received in hand for the renewal until they had, and that was supposed to allow them the ability to apply to become a citizen. Naturalization is what we call it. And no, you can apply now. Okay, assuming you're already a resident and you've had it for X number of years, 3 years or 5 years. Do not wait. But most of y'all don't even have any kind of status. Okay, so if you got a situation where your spouse or your spouse is just kind of dangling that carrot in front of you for several months, several years, you might want to reconsider the situation and say, this is does your Pookie Bear really care about you to the extent that they're going to sponsor you? You gotta start asking yourself that question because we've had several people there that had that kind of situation, and we ended up filing a VAWA application because it turns out there's been some kind of abuse, emotional or physical abuse. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to consider themselves in that kind of cycle of violence, but that's what it is, a cycle. One day it could be rosy, and the next day it might not be. So please be careful out there and, okay, have a safety plan for those in that situation. All right, so we got Fatima and then Angel, Marie, and then Annex. Okay, there we go.
Hi.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. How can I help you today?
My question is, right now what is going on for the immigration, um, this administration, the immigration program, the way they are running, it's a little bit gives me irritation and scare because of my case is in the Board of Immigration is pending. So
Okay.
I worry I might really get like the way the ice right now coming everybody after, and
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm waiting. It's pending, so
When did you file this case? The pending to the board immigration appeal?
yeah,
When did you file it?
September.
Oh, okay. So maybe 6 months ago or so. Okay. Um, so I mean, most people, everyone I've heard that has had a appeal pending, I haven't personally known of someone to be removed from the country. If that's what your concern is, of course, it sounds like. But this is one of the situations that you might want to reevaluate with an attorney to see if other possibilities exist. Okay. For example, like T visa, trafficking visa, U visa, VAWA, because I don't know y'all situation, but you have to think about immigration as almost like surgery, right? If a doctor tells me I need to get surgery, you bet
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to another doctor just in case, right? So it's like a life-changing situation. So, and I know a lot of great attorneys, but a lot of y'all on social media have told me that you may not, if you did have an attorney, but it seems like a majority of situation tell me has not been that helpful. So I don't.
Absolutely
Yeah.
right, was not helpful.
Anyway.
Yeah. What is the other circumstance that you saying? VAWA and what else?
T visa,
T visa.
trafficking visa. So most people think of trafficking visa as like um, prostitution, sex trafficking, but it's also another option for T visa is for based on work. If the workplace had bad working conditions or they didn't pay you 100% what they were supposed to pay you, those are the quick examples.
Okay. While my
Mm.
case is pending, so I can have that traffic VAWA or traffic visa.
Yeah, or U visa. U visa is a victim of a crime if you report to police, and there's actually a lot of different crimes that you could apply based
I
on
never
U
did
visa.
any crime.
What's that? I'm sorry.
I never had any crime.
Yeah, I mean you as a victim of a crime.
Yeah.
Like could be someone I don't know. I know it's a long shot, but like there's actually a lot of people that mention like, oh shoot, I didn't think about that. Right. So people have been victim of a crime like robbery, assault. But I mean, of course, I hope no one has to go through that. But those some people had not thought about that because
So am I qualified those category that you're saying now?
oh, I don't know. I don't know your situation.
Mm.
But that's what this is for. Strategy session. The full review with you, okay? Discussion with one of our attorneys. But that's not the TikTok thing or YouTube. That's just get y'all thinking.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Do you know how long it's gonna take in your experience and being around this kind of cases and hear it and help them? How long is gonna take Board of Immigration to hear them back?
Probably at least 3 years.
At least 3 years?
Yeah. I mean, look, the reason why like it's important for immigration lawyers, or at least me, I pay attention to everything going on with the federal freaking government is because well, it's because anything can affect immigration. Like for example, Doge, Department of Government Efficiency with Elon Musk. They're firing people, right? One of the first things they did, they fired immigration judges. Um, I just had a networking meeting with other attorneys a couple days ago, and there's concern that even one of his former lawyers on his team, who is now a board immigration appeals judge, it's only been 6 months for that person, and he's concerned for his job apparently. So, you would think that the federal government wants more judges to review these cases, but no, not necessarily. So it's very frustrating. So yeah, in general, even before this whole Elon Musk thing,
Mm,
cases at the
because like
appeal level take a long time.
yeah.
But that's
Well,
also why I mentioned that look at other options because this is going to take a long time, and then you may need another lawyer to look at if the appeal is even possible, legally possible.
mm,
You don't want to get your hopes up for no reason, basically.
yeah.
Just because you can file a piece of paper to say you want to appeal doesn't mean you're legally qualified to get a new decision in your favor. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. All right, Fatima. Thanks so much. Follow for more. Schedule if you need to talk more. Okay. Bye bye. All right. Well, she sounded a little defeated, but look, this is the reality, folks. Okay. You got to get your act together. And I was trying to share her possible options because you don't want to give up. You may have talked to an attorney and had a great conversation, got great feedback, answers like 3 years ago, 2 years ago. But even if you just met an attorney like 6 months ago, you're like, you know what? That wasn't as thorough as that you may have thought. And, and like we really look at it like a alphabet soup, a menu of like these are the different options that are possible based on the facts you shared. Um, these are two or three that, or even one option is available, or there might be zero options. But we go through the whole list essentially. Okay. Vanessa, what's going on? 35 years? Okay, let me answer a couple written questions. And then I'll invite the next person to guest. By the way, if you joined as a guest, it does on TikTok, it does make it easier for me to pick you if you share the channel. And you may have already. Finding my healthy. You got an AOS interview scheduled. What should you expect? It's a great question these days because, I mean, you might have thought like, it's no big deal, piece of cake, walk in the park. Well, no, that's not. It should not be default. You should not have that thinking default. Now, I'm not saying like go in there like all intimidated, scared. No, you fucking go in there confident, okay? You go in there confident. But at the same time, don't take your confidence for granted and think like it's going to be a piece of cake. You still need to prepare for it. And the first question, if this is a marriage case, one of the first questions you should really know and get on the same fucking page with your spouse. Good dear Lord, some of y'all don't talk to your spouses. You got to talk to each other. Be intentional. Prepare with each other. Okay? How did you meet? Oh my God. Some of y'all forgot how y'all met. And I know in reality, you're like, well, shouldn't we know? Both know. But it's like, some people might, it all goes down to the definition. The meet, the first meeting. Is it truly the first meet or is it like the second meeting, right? So you gotta clarify that. Like, by the way, honey, Pookie Bear, like when do we actually meet? But it's like, oh no, I do remember, but like truly, let's get on the same page when that first meeting was, okay? So hopefully that helps. Because yeah, we've had to help some clients out. We took over the case to clarify these inconsistencies. Man, USCIS, they really drilled down on those kind of questions. You both might think, oh, that was no big deal. Like it was in the same year at least, but the answer is still different. So just keep that in mind. That's hopefully one good example. Let's see here. It did say I do recall saying that Angel Marie was going to be next. Hello.
Hello,
How's it
can you hear
going?
me?
Yes. How can I help you?
So I am a U.S. citizen.
Okay.
I was born in LA. I'm half Mexican, half German. And first of all, I don't trust everything we read intentionally. I
Yeah.
have done extensive research on our inmates in our federal prisons here in my state are full of immigrants, and there's no sentencing. There's just a book date and it says Immigration Chicago. There's no charges. There's no court date. There's no release date.
Oh.
Hundreds of them in mine. That's just down the street from me.
Oh wow.
Obviously, this is something that's going to tug on me a little bit more than your average citizen.
Yeah.
But I do have a voice, having lived with my German half. I have a level of protection, and our immigration lawyers here are very swamped. And I understand that and appreciate their work. But my general questions are, I know that with our local sheriff that is obviously working in collaboration with ICE and helping them, they do have to release like arrest records per their like our state constitution, and it is a request process. I understand that. But as far as like these ICE arrests, would they need to have a warrant on file to actually take them into custody? Like, would that even be something that they have to provide, or are they able to just detain people on behalf of ICE until they're told where they're going to move them? Does that make sense?
It does.
Before I go into our sheriff's office and request warrants, is it something that even exists?
Well, that's a different scenario. For you to request that, if it did exist, then you may have to go through the public information request route.
Right. which I
Form.
did see that
Mhm.
in the reference sections and everything that I've done research on. But like, would those even be anything that actually exists before I spend my time? Does that make sense? Like,
Well,
would they have to have a warrant to put somebody in a federal prison and hold them?
in my opinion,
I
yes.
guess with us.
But that's the freaking problem with this administration. They're
Right.
doing, you know, like,
Which is what I'm getting to is
yeah.
if there isn't warrants, then
Mhm.
I would make an actual appointment with a lawyer. Because our prisons are full of potentially non-criminals, and where do the real criminals go? And then our local authorities are not following our state constitution laws by detaining people. Some people have been there since November
Oh my
or
god.
December.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure what like rights, because you're not like a U.S. citizen, like a quicker process. You know, like we have rights to like a speedy trial and such.
Right. Well, if you don't
and-
mind me asking, how do you said down the street, but do you know someone that's currently in there still from
I
several
do
months?
not, but it's just something that I'm concerned about. And
Sure. Uh-huh.
I feel like it's kind of the epitome of my white privilege, being half white and living like my mother is that. So my citizenship, my birthright citizenship had it been reversed, I would look the same and have the same makeup, but my mother is white. So I have a certain level of security, and potentially things are not being done the way that they're supposed to be. And it would all be approached with the caveat of, I want to prove that you guys are doing it right. So everybody like shuts up kind of deal. But I suspect that they're not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just didn't even know if like warrants were something that if ICE is here, obviously, and they're picking up people from DHL at our airport, from Amazon, that likely have work permits, obviously. I mean, if they're just working, like they're just not questioning and taking the people that they tell them to take, you know what I mean? But if they were doing it right, they would need ICE to present them with an arrest warrant of why they are wanting them to detain them. Like a local authority would need.
Yeah, that, I mean, that's one way. The other way is through their alleged checkpoints, and they're asking people for documentation. Then they can pick up people that way. But it also depends on whoever's, like, if it's a local county or city law enforcement, if they've been quote unquote deputized by ICE, which I assume. But if they are involved, then I'm assuming that they've been deputized. But yeah, there's certainly a concern if there is no crime, but they're in city or county facilities, then you need a criminal defense attorney that does work on a federal level or possibly the federal level to file certain writ of habeas corpus to get them out of jail, essentially. But that's that's a monetary burden for people, and just knowing the action to take, knowing which attorney to find. So that's, for me, that's why I love networking with other attorneys, so that we have like a list ready to go if anyone here on the live show like needs a lawyer, for example. But yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, let me
Would
know
have
if you
any
do
recommendation?
if
Sorry,
you
what was that?
if you do file a public information request, you want to be specific and ask the names, the status, and the charge, and they'll tell you if they can't share everything. I've tried it before. In general, not related to immigration. A friend asked me to help in my state about something else.
And I'm not sure the inmate booking for those that have been charged by our actual local authorities, like our county authorities do have their sentencing listed. like whatever it was that they were charged with, like assault, robbery, whatever. But like these don't have anything listed, but they are pretty like detailed in general.
Mm,
But it's hundreds in a city of 30,000.
hmm
Like hundreds. There's maybe a couple dozen that are not listed as immigration ICE.
mm.
And so it's obviously, I don't know, it's something that I definitely want to look into further, but I
Yeah.
don't really know how to start or what I could even do. But
Yeah, well,
it's definitely,
PIO office or public information request is typically what it's called to gather that kind of information. Think of it as like before Twitter, how journalists got their information the old school traditional way, the slow way. But yeah, I mean those are all important data points for sure.
and there's
Yeah,
no way I've been to the depths of the Google machine, and there's no way, from what I can tell, like Homeland Security and everything else, unless you're a corporation, to look up if somebody has a work permit, unless you were like that person with an account and you could check your status like online, or you're a registered corporation to check if people have their like. I just
Yeah,
feel like
you-
that should be public information when all this other stuff is public information.
no,
Um,
that's private information.
yeah.
Mhm. Someone's like legal status essentially. All right. Thanks,
Okay,
Angel. But
thank
please
you.
keep me updated. DM if you end up finding some information.
Okay, I will. I
All right.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care.
Uh.
All right. All right. So thank you, Rachel Ramsey. Good live, you said. Sí, Enid Robles. Hablo español poquito. Necesito practicar cada día. That would, well, someone called me Jackie Chan. So that would be interesting if Jackie Chan could speak Spanish as well. Someone just said your PR card expired for 10 years. What the hell? Like, been expired for 10 years? Now, you got to take some action if that's the case. All right, let's see. The next person is Nexo. All right, if you found this helpful, please tap the screen. What's going on, Nexo?
Hi. I have two questions. So the first one is, I applied for my husband. I sponsored him last year in August, and then they sent us request for evidence because we didn't do the I-864 for the affidavit of support.
Hmm.
And then we sent it in, and then they sent us a notice saying that they received it. So
Okay.
we're just like currently waiting. But then this morning I read on the article that Trump is evoking people that came from Biden starting April 24th.
They're doing what with people before
So
April?
people that came from the Biden program, like so Haitians,
Uh-huh.
Venezuelans, Cubans,
Oh, yeah.
on April 24th, like they're going to revoke like their legal status basically.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of just like, I'm just kind of like terrified because like I know like the case is pending and
Uh-huh.
like basically they can't just deport my husband because we're waiting for the decision.
Mhm.
So yeah, I just kind of just wanted to like, I called some attorneys, they kind of just told us to just wait, but
Mhm.
I don't know.
Oh, you were quick. You took some action to find out. No, yeah. From what I read, it's to to end the status. I don't know that it can retroactively like revoke it like it didn't exist for your spouse. But yeah, that's important to have because that's his basis to be able to adjust status to have the interview here in America without having to leave. So um, these are one of those situations like this is one of the reasons I do a live show to be able to quickly share with y'all certain scenarios, and if anything, allay your concerns at least a little bit for now. But yeah, I didn't see any language about revoking, but only ending, which is still not good. But yeah, you still continue forward. You still leave the application as it is. Honestly, you're fortunate that you didn't get the case denied because the A64 was missing, because that's one of those standard forms that should have been, as you know now, provided.
Yeah, we really didn't know, and I felt like we should have just hired a lawyer in the first place. But
Mhm.
he's like very good at those technological stuff, so he did.
Yeah.
But then they sent it to us saying that like we gotta send like my tax and stuff to show like I can physically support him.
Yeah.
I mean financially support
Yeah,
him.
financially, yeah.
So we did that, but
Okay.
which brings me to like another question, which is like, so his friend also like nobody's gonna sponsor him like on his family side. His mom can, but she doesn't work. So like, could I technically like co-sponsor for him?
Who is this person? A friend?
Yeah.
No, friends cannot sponsor each other. Only family or company
Okay.
work. Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah, that person's out of luck for now.
I know. Well,
Mhm.
he applied to like asylum, but yeah, I don't know because I kind of read stories about like asylum. If you like, especially with Haitians applying to asylum, like they'll basically just deny you because they feel like the circumstances right now is not valid for asylum, which makes no sense because we're literally in like a civil war in my country right now. So I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, it's more so, if anything, because asylum is very, very strict, essentially.
Yeah.
Although, of course, the news and the information you hear about it's devastating, of course. But but okay, at least he applied for asylum, has something on file, pending. Alrighty.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Follow for more. Take care. Good luck. Alrighty. So let's see here. Interest of life. Your 485 was denied. You filed 290B. Got it. I-130 is still pending. Do you think it'll also be denied? Not necessarily. Usually, for the most part, I-130s will be approved. So keep in mind, if you're wondering, what is really the difference between I-130 and then the 485? Now, most of the questions are different, but what's the purpose of each one? I-130 is to prove the relationship. So when it's based on marriage, if you're married, they want to make sure that that prior marriage you were divorced, and then when you got married, that you got married in the right timing. Now, most people who get denied with the I-130 denied is usually because it's prior marriage issue. The timing was off. Okay. Now for the 485, that is based on the foreign national immigrant. And that's specifically more so about the security background, essentially the inadmissibility, the legal reasons for someone not to be approved. Think about like potential alleged fraud, misrepresentation, crimes, arrest, you name it. There's a lot more, of course. All right. So yeah, your I-130 could still be approved even if the 485 is denied. Now, interest of life, I am curious if you spoke with an attorney, consulted with an attorney about whether you should file 290B or just refile the 485. We generally file 290B in very limited circumstances, specifically if they claim marriage fraud. But if it's not marriage fraud, then we would just generally refile the 485. Okay, let's see. Next person to join. All right, Galak Orolik. Oh, let's see. Oh, maybe that person's not live anymore. Oh, there you are. Let's see if it worked this time.
Hello,
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you so much for doing this. This is so helpful for so many people.
Sure.
I have a quick question. I am a naturalized citizen, but I'm from Ukraine.
Okay.
And this summer, I will be traveling to Ukraine. However, my last destination through the airlines will be Poland. And then I'm going to take a bus and then going to come back. So, my question is, due to the war in Ukraine and everything that's happening, do you think it's dangerous for me to go and come back? Because I need to visit my mom.
Do I think it's safe for you to come back, be able to come back?
Yeah, I mean, will they let me in? Because there's going to be a stamp in my passport in Ukraine.
I don't recall seeing Ukraine on a list. Did you see it on the?
It's not, but I am just saying, due to the events and everything that's happening, I mean,
Yeah, the shit show at the White House a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago. Yeah, that was ridiculous. So,
should I wear a suit at the airport? I don't know.
oh no, I don't think like clothing matters in that sense, but you just have to be ready to answer like, oh, what were you doing there? Um, I mean, I traveled a couple weeks ago, and they asked me that kind of question, but it's
You
like in
travel
a
to Ukraine.
no, not Ukraine, but like they just asked in a rude way, like where are you going? So they're just a lot more like a little bit more aggressive in that sense. So you just
Right.
got to be ready to answer those kind of questions and not get deterred, essentially, not get intimidated.
Because that's the only way for me to see my mom. And, she is 76, and I don't know how much longer I have because my father passed away suddenly. And so
Sorry.
I don't want to take a risk. And since I'm a naturalized citizen, which happened like, I don't know, 6 years ago.
Okay, good.
And my other worry is that, is there any chance they will revoke my citizenship?
That is, as far as I know, that has to be done by a judge, so they can't do that at the border, at the airport.
At the airport,
Mhm.
okay.
Mhm.
So you think it's still safe to go and come back?
Yeah, also because you're a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for helping all these people. You're amazing.
Thank you so much. Follow for more. Take care.
Thank you. Yes.
Bye bye. Uh, yeah, it would be nice if I could go to Ukraine. I saw someone's channel who's helping provide food to Ukrainians. It's it's amazing work that people are doing at no cost. This is great. I rather donate to persons like him rather than certain bigger nonprofits. Mhm. Russia is ridiculous. Oh, did I say that out loud? Rachel Ramsey. Oops. 485 denied. Can you refile again? I-130 is already approved. Yeah, I mean, I would refile the 485. I don't even know why you were denied, but you might want to join a channel and share if you don't mind. But yeah, in general, you do want to refile, assuming you're still eligible. Okay, someone named American. You're a certified nurse, a traveling nurse. Will this affect your 485? You're the beneficiary. I don't know what will affect you. The traveling? Are you traveling abroad? Let's see. Okay, we got Ahmed. Then the next person after that is Mommy Not Mommy. What's going on, man? Good to see you back.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for picking me up again.
Sure. How can I help you?
So I got a question. Like 5 years ago, I got arrested for accusing for aggravated assault, which is applied for I-30. That would be a risk for me to get denied for some reason for a background check, but the case will be dropped.
The outcome you said dropped. Do you mean straight dismissal?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. If you had a straight dismissal, did not sign a plea deal, no conviction, then you should not have an issue. But you need to have the paperwork ready to show them.
Yeah, it's not conviction, but my lawyer working on with them, so they dismissed the case. But I don't know if that's gonna affect me.
Oh,
That's what.
it's not completed yet.
No, it's already done. It's been dismissed. It's not showing my record anymore.
Oh, okay. Then what does your lawyer have to? Your criminal lawyer, or who are you talking? Immigration lawyer.
Yes, my criminal lawyer.
Okay. What else do they have to do?
But it's not gonna affect my case. The one I'm gonna bring my wife for I-30 petition.
Oh, that your wife filed I-130 for you?
Yes. No, I'm the one filed I-30 for her.
Oh, so you're the U.S. citizen? You're confusing the hell
Yes.
out of me. Okay, you're the U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that really the only crimes that affect. I mean, you got it straight dismissed anyway. But in the main crimes that affect a petition or a sponsor is crimes against children for the most part. So, but yeah, you're okay. Mhm.
Oh, okay.
All right, you're still good. All right, thank
All right.
you.
And the next one is, you know, now with all that's going on right now, do you think there will be a risk for us to apply right now? Because I get everything ready, but actually I need to get lawyer. I live in Texas. I was seeing your live every day, but
Oh,
do you
thanks.
think?
Yeah, you
do
still
think
need to
that's fair
file.
for us to just
Uh-huh.
spending money on?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to spend money and then get denied for no reason.
Well, I mean, before Trump, USCIS does deny people for no reason, but I would not file because Trump's in office. Like, otherwise, I feel like I'm wasting my time. If you guys think that, you know, like, like that's why I have here, at least on TikTok, right here, take action. Okay, I do the same thing on YouTube right here. I put that there for a reason. Okay, so yeah, you do file. Is your spouse here in America or outside?
Well, outside of America.
Oh, okay. Well, you really have no excuse then in your situation. Most people are not wanting to file or feel like they don't want to file because the immigrant beneficiary is here in America because they're concerned about being deported. But your situation is different. I think it's like $600 or something dollars. You got to file as soon as possible.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I was gonna contact your office to get
Okay.
information.
All right. Happy to help if we can. All right. Thank you, Ahmed. All right. Let's see. They want to follow up with Americans, certified nursing aid, traveling to different states. Yeah, I mean, you can still travel. I mean, people like I'm in Houston, Texas. By the way, you also Clutch City over here, apparently. But yeah, there's some people who what's it called? Have told me about the checkpoints. So whether you go to one city to another in Texas or one state to another state, that's okay. Okay, you're the beneficiary. ZH is a safe to travel 551 stamp. I mean, the thing about travel questions, I can't answer it without enough context these days. Before this whole Trump being president, the default answer is yes. If you have the 551 stamp, then you can to show that you have resident status as valid, then yes, you can travel. But I don't know your circumstances. It's very clear now these days that attorneys need to know the full circumstances of your travel situation because these videos that some people post are not they don't share enough information, unfortunately. All right, I think there's someone on the live here. Okay, mommy, not mommy. And then after that person is Mukwe. Hello, what's going on?
Hey. Thanks for taking my call. I spoke to you a few days ago.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember me. I am a U.S. citizen. My fiance is Venezuelan, and he's here on humanitarian parole.
Uh-huh.
And we were planning on getting married before his expired in July.
Uh-huh.
But now with the situation, the new announcement that's supposed to come out on Wednesday,
Uh-huh.
I feel like we need to get married this week. But I was watching a live and they were talking about the verbiage that's in that order that's coming out on Wednesday says specifically that if you have not submitted something to change your immigration status by Wednesday, then you're ineligible. So now I feel like, okay, do we still have that time? I mean, as long as it's done by April, or is it something I have to do by Wednesday?
I didn't see news about that. Let's see. I've been on USCIS. Where did you see this?
It was on a live, and it's an order that's supposed to come out on Wednesday, and that's the one that's going to cancel the parole, effective April 25th.
Okay, let me see if I can find it real quick on my association page. Are you saying that they're trying to get people to sign up on the app again about the registration or something?
They're saying that if you are one of those people that came in less than 2 years ago and you have not made a change in your status from being on humanitarian parole to something else, if you haven't done so by the time that order comes out on Wednesday, then you are basically ineligible, and it'll expire in April no matter what. So there was the lady was talking about that there was a specific wording that said that if you have not submitted anything by Wednesday when that order comes out, you're ineligible. We were planning on getting an attorney and doing all of the stuff this week, but now I feel like, okay, is it something I need to get done by Wednesday? Or me being a US citizen, does that still allow once we do get married, does that supersede, I guess?
I'll have to see, because I don't have access to this article or this document personally. So I'm looking at USCIS website, looking at my association page about parole. I don't see it right now, but that specific language. But when I see it, I'll keep you updated.
It scares me. Is it just a rumor? Is it something that's coming down? Am I overreacting, or is it something that, they're basically saying, you need to take action now? If you haven't done anything, then start packing.
Oh yeah, I think I did see something is related to I would in general file it. Okay. To get married, number one, you got to do that first.
That I can do Monday.
Yeah.
No problem.
And you've been together for a couple years now, I think?
Yeah, a year.
Okay. Well, I found it. So, this document is scheduled to be published in the Federal Register March 25th. Okay, it's not the 25th yet. So, DHS is terminating the CHNV parole programs as of March 25th, I guess. Blah, blah, blah. The temporary parole period of immigrants, I'll insert, in the U.S. under this parole program and whose parole has not already expired by, I guess, 30 days after this whole thing gets published, will terminate on that date, so pretty soon, unless the secretary makes an individual determination to the contrary. Parolees without a lawful basis to remain in the U.S. following termination, I think that's what you're referring to, following this termination of the parole program must depart the U.S. before the parole termination date. Yeah, it makes sense that they would say that. But you have a marriage case, or pretty soon. So I wouldn't be concerned in that sense. I would still file it. Mm-hmm.
So then I can actually get an attorney and get the paperwork done rather than trying to rush it by Wednesday.
Yeah, you don't have to rush it, but you might as well contact us, follow up there, click the link. Okay, so because it's a similar language as if someone got denied this 485 application. If someone get denied, one of the last pages says you must depart the United States. So, but most people I know would just refile the case and provide more evidence, for example.
Okay, then I will be contacting you.
Okay, happy to help.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
You too. Bye.
All right, all right. I love meeting y'all on the channel because there's just so many things to follow here. Yeah, I do recall seeing a link and I was like, I need to check that later. And okay, so thanks for the little push on that one. Oh my god, and this thing is 35 freaking pages. Can you believe it? 35 pages. So trust me, I will get to recording a video about that. Um, holy smokes. All right. Thank you so much for your questions. Um, Sammy, you have a U visa approved for your husband, but they asked RFE for you and your son. Should you go through a lawyer? Yeah, definitely. You definitely need to go through a lawyer because oh, that's right, Rachel. That's right, Rachel. Okay. If you get RFE, like a lot of y'all may have filed the case yourself. You may have had a lawyer before, and maybe because the case has been pending so long, like years, and you lost touch with your attorney, or attorney lost touch with you, or I hate to say this, but especially after the pandemic, maybe your lawyer even passed away. Um, but look, even if your lawyer is alive, the law firm up and running, but they don't let you know about the RFE, and it's been a couple weeks, you lose in time. Okay, you lose in time. Sometimes RFE is a due date of 87 days, or they give you a specific date. All right, so you do need to respond to that. Some people contact us and they did not respond at all. Maybe because they didn't know about it. Maybe their notarial consultant was hiding it for some odd reason, and then share it. So as soon as you find out, you need to contact my team ASAP. Even for our own clients, we have a workflow. If for some reason our client gets a request for evidence, we take action. Okay, we schedule a meeting with the client that same week. We have follow-up meetings. Make sure you get it done, and we try our best to file it 3 weeks before the deadline, minimum. Okay. All right. So Rachel.
Hello.
What's going on, Rachel?
Yes, hi, sir. Thank you. I have a quick question. Uh, I have the I-45 is denied. I remember last time you told me I have to refile, and I call your office. I get a lady. She said I have to pay for the consultation.
To meet with the lawyer? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, yeah. I talked with the lady. She said I have to pay the consultation.
Okay.
I will call on Monday.
Okay. Thank
Take an
you.
appointment with you on the phone. But I have a quick question.
Sure.
If the I-45 is denied, can I refer everything ourselves? I mean, even the I-130, even though it's already approved, I have to refer that again.
No. If you got the I-130 approved and it's the same person that's sponsoring you or you're sponsoring, then you don't have to file another
Same
I-130.
person. Same person.
Same person. Okay, great. That's good. So, but yeah, did you provide us the denial letter?
No, I didn't get any appointment. She said, I
Uh-huh.
remember last time when I spoke with you, you said free consultation. But the lady said no.
No, I never
appointment,
said that.
something like that.
Maybe like 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
so I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have to call and pay
Yeah.
for the consultation, and that way we can speak with you over the phone or.
Yeah, no
however
problem. I
we can
mean,
do it.
look, I try to make it cost effective for everyone possible. The thing is, like if you pay, like you already talked to someone, but on our team, but we are happy to email quotes. Okay, without in your situation, I don't even have to look at your denial letter. The fact that you told me denial letter in your this marriage case, right?
Yes, because I remember was asking for I mean um medical, and I
Uh-huh.
forget to add the medical and they deny.
Oh, jeez, that's crazy. So yeah, I mean, part of our representation for you includes meetings with attorneys. Like we'll have one of my lead attorneys on your case, or anyone who wants our services, and then so that includes a meeting with attorneys. So you don't necessarily have to pay a consultation fee if you just want to go ahead and sign up. But that's up to you. Of course, read our Google reviews. You know, make sure that we're the right team for you. That's the main thing. Okay.
Okay, I have another question. Last question. Someone told me about the premium. He said if you have case, you have to pay for the premium for your case to go fast. Is that true?
Premium? There's no such thing as premium for
Yes.
family cases. Only for company cases.
Only for company cases, no regular people.
Not for individual like family cases. Mm. That would be nice. If they
That is gonna be outside to United States or inside. Even though you file for someone outside to United States, you can still do premium with that.
No, premium processing does not, the extra fee, the rapid fee, basically. There's no such thing for family-based relationship.
Uh,
Only for company sponsorship. And I know there's probably a lot of y'all that are willing to pay the extra fee. I mean, that's something President Trump could recommend to the agency. He's talking about the gold card.
a lawyer can do that for. A lawyer can do that too
Do which one?
to pay for the premium fee.
Not for your that kind of case. Yours is a marriage case, right? Not family-based cases.
Yes,
It does not exist.
it's not exist. Okay.
Yeah.
About one I-130 is not exist too.
No, it doesn't. Well, yours already proved, so you don't need to do it again.
No, I'm asking for just to know better about if you have different cases, stuff like that for
Oh, okay.
to have knowledge.
Yeah, sure. We only file premium for employment-based cases. I mean, if they want to pay for it, which is almost $3,000.
Wow.
Mhm.
Now.
Yeah, it
Thank
increased.
you.
It increased like a year ago.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow. That's a
So
lot.
so we tell our company clients like, look, if you really care about the processing of this, we got to pay that fee. And most company clients do. They were willing to pay. Okay, good luck, Rachel. Look forward for you
Thank
talking
you.
with our team. All
On
right.
Monday, thank you.
All right, Monday. That's right. It's already Sunday. What am I doing up, guys? What am I doing up? I should be asleep. Okay, I'm gonna allow at least two more people. Okay, I know. Let's see. Lopez, looking forward to working with you too. Thank you so much for your trust. Thank you so much. Okay, two more. Yeah, I know who's with these two. Okay, I am Mukwe, and then I am in Queenie. Okay, Mukwe. Sorry, I gotta go to sleep after that. What's going on? How can I help you? Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, thank you for taking my. I appreciate it. I think I asked you the question in the chat. My case was denied. I was taken to the immigration judge, and the immigration judge dismissed it and said that I should go back and file again. I was not put on the remove. My question is, what are the chances with this Trump? Well, this happened in the Biden time. Now with this Trump mess, what are the chances that my case will be approved if I withdraw again?
Well, so your court case got dismissed. That's great.
Yes,
Who filed for you? A spouse case, or do you
my
have some?
husband. My
Your
husband.
husband? Okay. And is it still processing?
Yeah, we are still together. We started the process before. refiling again. But I'm a little scared, like, I don't know that I should wait until after Trump president, or I should just go ahead and file.
Oh no, because so I recorded a video about a few days ago that not my cases, but other attorneys I know, at least in Houston, have received letters of cases like, let's say, like yours. That case was dismissed 1 year ago, 2 years ago, and then got rescheduled by the Department of Homeland Security back to the court. So that's why you should go ahead and file now. Whatever application is missing, or I think you said you got denied 485, so you got to refile it then as soon as possible. Because if some odd reason your case goes back to court, I don't think it will, but if for some odd reason it goes back to court, then the judge can see that you did file it. Okay, because they want to see something like, okay, like it likely will not go back to the same judge, but they will be able to see the notes, like why it was dismissed in the first place. And so they'll want to see, like, what have you done since then, right?
Okay,
So very important to do that. We're happy to help if you need it. Okay.
okay, okay. I see.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Take care. I got a question from X Room 55. What's my take on the latest order attacking targeting the legal profession? I actually recorded a video about that before I went live. My short summary is that it's fucked up, and I'm here to support any attorney. We had to guys support each other. We're here at Green Card Guys. We're here to support y'all, but we're also to support others in the legal profession. Okay. Because in the last 2 weeks, it's come to my attention, especially through LinkedIn. I didn't realize I'd be so active on LinkedIn. There tends to be the Trump administration that more active on LinkedIn, but attorneys are being attacked by Trump administration the last couple of weeks, and then more specifically, March 22nd, so a few hours ago, there was a presidential action, a memorandum attacking immigration lawyers. No one was named specifically, but yeah, if anyone happens to be an immigration attorney and you get something happen to you because of executive branch, please reach out. Let's support each other. If there's any way I can help, I will certainly do so. We're not gonna give up, okay? All right, I am in Queen, I think. In Queen. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, how can I help you?
Yeah, well, I wanted to make an inquiry. We filed our I-130 2024. Our prior date was 17 January. And now we are on 14 months waiting from USCIS, but we haven't had anything. So I don't know whether we can make an inquiries about our case, or should we wait like when it is like up to 16 months.
Did you file I-130 only?
Yeah, and I-130 and I-130A.
Okay, and who is a sponsor? A U.S. citizen?
I wanted to ask, like, if it is due to the process in the week is 16, when we make an inquiries about our case, does it take long for them to respond?
It could take 30 days or so, but have you tried it already to submit inquiry? Will it let you?
Yeah, we made an inquiries when the case was at 12 months, but the officer told us that the case is within the processing time.
Oh yeah, so it doesn't count.
Yeah. Inquiries. So we have to wait when it is due overdue, then they're gonna submit the inquiries.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Okay, and again, in case of RFE comes, when you responded to the RFE, does it take them long for them to respond back?
Yeah, it could take a long time. I mean, I don't know why it is. It takes a long time for most people who don't have a lawyer, and I'm not trying to like mislead anyone, but I don't know why. Fortunately, with our team, we tend to get a response in like within a month, so I don't know why it is, but we're very fortunate.
14 of pending, it is in the normal processing time, right?
Oh yeah. Are you sponsored by a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Yeah, so it says this is the most accurate, 17 months. Your online account, it's not accurate. It's this right here. So 17 months. So you're getting pretty close. But even after 15 months, we sue the government. Okay, if need be. And are you in America or outside?
No, I'm outside.
Yeah. So even more reason that if you need to, and I know there's a couple people here on the live show that who are currently have our services or in the past, and so they know about the mandamus. We call it mandamus lawsuit. It does work. Usually, usually after we sue, let's say we sue today, for example, is about 2 to 3 months. Usually get some kind of action to take it to the next step. So we do have, I think we have a free guide, complimentary guide in our link. If you go all the way up,
Okay.
you can check it out. Hopefully, you don't need our services about it, but that's just in case. Then you go to this link after that. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Good luck to you. All right, y'all. It is 12:53. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Katie. Really appreciate it. Katie, I think I saw your question. Something about someone said filed. You saw earlier someone said that they filed 601A before 212. You thought you had to wait for to do the 212 first. Well, 601A is for people who are currently in America. Well, that's the same thing as your situation, huh? 601A. Yeah, the 212 because of order removal. So, yeah. This procedural stuff gets me in a loop this late at night. Yeah, but what we may have discussed before was a 601. Okay. But I mean, you could file a 601A, but that's different. That's if it's that's for stateside, meaning your spouse is still in America, but then after I've heard someone posted in one of our lawyer groups said they just filed a waiver and got approved in 1 month. I just got approval last week, and that case was filed in 2022. So that took a little bit less than 3 years. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe it's a fluke. I hope it's not a fluke for new waiver cases that being filed recently to be processed faster. But I would think 1 month processing time is not the norm. Hopefully it is though. That'd be great. But assuming it's still a long processing time, probably no need to file a 601A. Okay. So again, Katie, it's a strategy call for you or for you and your spouse. Augustine, how to get in contact with us? This is the way. Go to the LINK, click the three little dots so you can open your browser. Because if you close out your TikTok app, you don't want this to go away. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your questions. I know there's a couple people still on the show on the guest list. I really appreciate it, but I gotta hit the Z's. I gotta get some sleep. Okay. Um, don't worry. I try to go live, if not at night, then during the day or morning. It's kind of like it seems like a rotating thing. But at least one time a day, I try to go live. So follow for more and click here. Especially if you DM, then my assistant, my team member will tell me like, hey, this person may ask you a question on live show. Okay, so then I'll remember your name because I do get a lot of requests. And also the other way is like if you email in a question, of course I have to tell you it's technically not legal advice. Sometimes you might email a question, my team will put you on the list, and I'll try my best to record a video. But I think this is my second yawn for the night, so I do gotta go to sleep. Okay, thank you so much. Y'all have a good one, and thanks for sharing the channel. Stay safe. Okay, take care.